Well, hello everybody. This is Don from Wizard Tower Games, and thank you for tuning into my video. Um, in tonight's video, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want to talk a little bit about our update on as to projects that we have going on right now. We're going to give updates as to where each project is currently at, what stage is it at, when can you expect to see it ready for purchase. Also, whatever questions people ask, I'll go ahead and get them answered in there. Yeah, so let's get cracking, shall we? Now, we have a variety of projects that are in process right now that have been in process. So let's just start right up to it and get it moving. First project we're going to talk about is Lost Adventures of Gary Con. We have been developing this with Tim Kask for quite a while. Right now, it's pretty much done. We are in right now final bind. So the game is fully printed. We did cutting today and getting the rest of the boards cut, the covers cut and all that. And we're going to get in active bind. Parasocial audience, hey, thank you for tuning in. And Thyatis, thank you for tuning in. So basically, the Lost Adventures of Gary Con are going to be up and probably ready in the next 7 days, maybe 10 at the latest. Because after we get these done, I'll do the final map printing. We'll get those cut, and then we'll start shipping them out and getting tracking numbers to everybody. So, yeah. Scott, thanks for tuning into my video tonight. I look forward to meeting you in person in July, by the way. Now, a few things about the Lost Adventures of Gary Con, and I want to talk about each project before I go to the next. This is a really unique project because there's only 300 available. We do still have some available on our website for sale. They are almost gone now. So I would suggest if you want to get one, you might want to get your order in. You can go to our web store. The link is on the main page. It is pretty much almost 300 pages, hardcover. It comes with, it's compatible both 5e and also 1e. So whether you are a old school OSR type gamer or whether you are a 5e player, you're going to get something out of this because the monsters have both 5e stats and also 1e stats. There are 18 brand new monsters you've never seen before. There's new magical items. And the best part, of course, is 2 of Tim's original adventures are in this. And they had not been seen since Gary Con 1 and Gary Con 2. And these are the original adventures, and we present them in a couple different ways. We present them in reformatted modern module format with the maps being redrawn and cleaned up, and also along with that, we have them in the exact old 300 DPI scans of the originals that are included in the book. So you actually get a piece of history, and it's literal history because it was 2 modules that Tim wrote, one for Gary Con 1 and one for Gary Con 2. Also, part of best of all is each one is custom signed and numbered by Tim himself, and we have a security hologram seal inside of it to basically ensure that if you get a copy of this, you know that the copy is genuine and it's genuine to the issue number that's listed inside of the book. So again, just go to wizardtowergames.com, click the shop on the upper menu bar. You'll go to our shop and you can purchase one there. Again, we're running out of them, so seriously, if you want to get one, you might want to get one. They are shipping within like 7 to 10 days. We're in bind right now. Next project I want to talk about is D20 Delving. D20 Delving has been delayed innumerable times, so we decided to take a little bit of action on this. When we are done with the binding for the Lost Adventures of Gary Con, we're going to be making this game ourselves. Our game quality is second to none. You're not going to sit there and you aren't going to be able to tell our game quality, if you will, to something you'd purchase in China. In fact, it might be pretty much better. So D20 Delving will be wrapping up and shipping right after we get done with the Lost Adventures of Gary Con. Snarkaberry's Academy for Magic Inclined is my joint project with Paulie Kidd. Paulie Kidd is a legend in the gaming community. Pretty much, if you're over the age of 40 years old, you've probably played a video game that she has got her hands into and designed. We're also doing another project with Paulie called Stars and Sails, but Snarkaberry is going to be the first one. We're going to get up and running, and we're going to be hopefully having Snarkaberries ready for sale probably sometime this summer. Terriar, thank you very much for tuning in. So Snarkaberries, Academy for the Magically Inclined, it's just a really cool setting. When me and Polly first talked about this, I was a little hesitant because I thought, oh, it's about witches and wizards in a school, and I thought, would this be a little bit too close to Rowling's work? No, it's not. This is totally different. Talk about a cool system. It's got a no-kill system. That's why they say fantasy gaming without the body count. So it's really cool for kids. The other nice thing about Snarkberries is the fact that even though it's okay for kids, I guarantee adults will love to play this. It's a great product. It's going to be for 5e, and Polly did a hell of a job on this game. She is an awesome game designer, and she is awesome to work with also. So Snarkaberries Academy for the Magically Inclined, that is going to be going live probably midsummer. Thraxis, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, it's a real cool cover. Again, it's Snarkaberries. It's got to be full color. It's got to be vibrant. It's got to be really, really in your face, and you'll understand the cover when you start playing the game. So our next one we're going to talk about is a project that we're doing with Eric Tenkar from Tenkar's Tavern and Tom Verrolt from Tabletop Taproom. This is a game. Blades and Sorcery Light is from Swords and Sorcery Light, and basically this was a game that Eric developed. It was a set of start rules for a basic RPG, and Eric approached me and said, listen, I want to take it to the next level. I want to get this out. So Eric owns the copyright, and so we changed the name to Blades and Sorcery Light. We cleaned it up. We added to it. RPG Grandma, thanks for tuning in. I know you're in the car probably, so drive safe. So basically what Blades and Sorcery Light is we took Eric's original game, we relaid it out, we revamped it. It's about 24 pages. We have added gnomes to it. We went ahead and we've added some stats to monsters. We went ahead and we took basically the rules and we kind of tweaked them. I think they're a little bit more clear. They're a little bit more easy to follow. I today gave this game laid out, the final layout before editing to Eric and Tom. They're reviewing it. Once they get it back to me and say, A-okay, it'll be going to Tim Kask for Tim Kask to edit, excuse me, because Tim Kask is going to be the editor on this project. So you can't have a better editor than Tim Kask, I don't think. So Blades and Sorcery Light, that is going to be coming out in June. It's going to be available in PDF as a pay as you wish, and then also it's going to be available in print. Print price tentatively is going to be $9.99, but that's going to be a tentative price. It may be a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. It's going to have to depend on what the end up page count will be after editing and such. Now, the cool thing about Blades and Sorcery Light is we're going to follow up Blades and Sorcery Light with Blades and Sorcery Core RPG rules. This will be a full-length role-playing game with new monsters, new classes, new races, new mechanics, all kinds of stuff that is going to take Blades and Sorcery Light and take it just up to the standalone role-playing game level. And it's going to still continue using the D20 and the D6. So a little bit different of a mechanic. Again, when I first saw the game, I thought, what, a D6 and a D20? I've been playing D&D for 40 years. Come on, I want more. No, I started looking at this game, and it's really a cool system. When you start going through the system, you really see why a D20 and a D6 is really all you need to play this game, and to get a lot out of the game also. So that's coming here probably in mid to late June. Again, we're just going to go ahead. We'll be getting it later on this week to Tim Kask, and Tim Kask touches it, looks at it, edits it. He's going to give his, as always, solid, blunt, honest feedback on it, and then we'll implement those and then do a final Eric and Tom look at it. They approve it, and we will get it to print. The next project I want to talk about is Zonk. Zonk is our online role-playing game. It is a dungeon exploring game with multiple dungeons inside of it. I have been working with David Floor on this. David Floor is taking over lead coding on this. We talked about a week ago about the project. I'm getting David some information about room descriptions, items, that type of stuff. Probably be getting that to him. I've been busy with Lost Adventures of Gary Kahn, so I didn't get a chance to get that to him, but I'll be getting that to him probably tonight or tomorrow. Once he gets it, then we'll start plugging all that in, and I'm hopefully see Zonk out soon. The reason why I'm not giving any firm date on Zonk is because it's computer programming, and I have a really good background in web design and using a program called C, C++, and I know how you can think and have a firm date in mind, and then something happens and it just doesn't happen. So the cool thing about Zonk is every room will be different every time you play the game. So it's kind of like a rotating mechanic on the inside. You'll be able to choose your adventure. Your adventure will have stats. You'll be able to collect magic items. You'll be able to collect spells. You'll be able to cast spells. You'll have to rest up for your spells. It's got a lot of cool stuff. We already have the primary coding done on it. And what we're doing now is, again, David's just basically waiting on me now. So much kudos to David Floor for this. Now, before I get off this, I want to talk a little bit about David Floor, and I want to talk a little bit about one of David's projects. The project is Atomic Age, and David had a Kickstarter up, and David has decided to take the Kickstarter down. I support David 100% in this move. David is basically stepping back, taking a reset, taking a rethink, and going to approach this in a different way, I think. I'll leave that up to David to explain, but I want to just basically be kind of upfront, letting people know about that. St. Cuthbert, you say, will Zonk be a computer game or a D20 type product? It is an online game, St. Cuthbert. It's an online game, and basically what it is and the best part is it's going to be free. So you go to the website we're going to have, and what you'll do is you'll create an account, and you'll, at that point, log in, create your character, and then once you create your character, you'll pick a series of adventures. The idea is eventually we're going to have multiple adventures you can choose from, and at that point you can start going into the adventure and interacting with the denizens of the deep, or we're going to have dungeon-based adventures, we're going to have city-based adventures. So we got a lot of plans for this, but initially Zonk is going to be free, and then most likely it will be going to a pay-to-play. So it'll be a minimal fee. It'll be like $15 for an account for a year. And you'll basically be able to sign up an adventure. But initially, to get people playing it, getting word of mouth about it, and getting people to talk about it, we're going to go ahead and make it for free. So when we announce it and we link it, if you want an account for free, you might want to go ahead and get in on it. Oh, thank you. So yeah, so basically when we announce it, grab it, get an account, because one thing, once you have a free account, you're not going to ever have to pay. So as we add dungeons and whatnot, it's not like we're going to say, hey, money up. So no, we're not going to do that. Next project is Pooh, the board game. Pooh is a developmental board game. It's designed for children in kindergarten and preschool. I have one of probably the best preschool kindergartners, teachers at my disposal, my wife, Christina, and she had help in creating this game. She really got her hands into it. My wife is HighScope certified. My wife is Montessori certified. My wife is a state certified grade leveler. She's been teaching for 25 years, and she still teaches. So what Pooh is designed to do is it's designed to take your kids and get them prepared for, as an example, if they're in developmental kindergarten, some places call it young fives, some call it preschool. This game will help them get ready for kindergarten. And if they're in kindergarten, this game will help them get ready for first grade. This is basically meets state of Michigan standards for education, state of Michigan standards for developmental kindergarten and preschool and kindergarten. And state of Michigan has some of the highest standards. So that's why we decided to stick with the state of Michigan, because Michigan is demanding in what they require of their kids through things like MEA testing and all that stuff. Next project I want to talk about, and this will be out. The game is done. The game is completely done. We're in playtest right now. So playtest is going absolutely stunningly well. And once we get playtesting done, what we'll do is we will have Coup, the board game, out, which I'm going to probably be midsummer, late summer, because we got a few more schools we're dealing with. Finally, this. What is this? It's a playing card. Well, guess what? We're putting out a deck of cards, but we're not putting out just plain old lame deck of cards. This is going to be a fantasy-based poker deck. Poker's popular. People love to play the game. People love to sit there and do poker, play poker. So we decided, what the hell, why not take poker cards and put a real big fantasy spin on them. Each card will be heavy back linen, so they're going to be basically casino quality, full color. They're going to be textured. We have security marks in them, so if you are that picky with your poker game at home, you can go ahead and buy these cards. And like I said, each card is fantasy themed. It's not a Wizard Tower theme, it's fantasy themed. So the King of Hearts, Clubs, Spades, and Diamonds will be a fantasy-based King, Queen, Jack, and all the numerals from 2 on up through 10. So those are our active projects right now through what we basically have almost ready to kick, so to speak. We've been really busy, and we've been really trying to get projects done. We've had some setbacks with D20 Delving, with customs. We've had some setbacks with Lost Adventures of Gary Kahn, just because of some issues. Like last week, we had a FedEx delivery coming, and we had tornado, and guess what? The FedEx facility got hit in Kalamazoo. Literally, the facility with our product. Luckily, our product was on a truck, so our paper came. Thank God. But for those of you who want to get in game design, I'm just going to offer a word of caution. Be very, very careful, because you better have your P's and Q's in line, and you also better sit there and have a thick skin and a lot of patience, because you got to be prepared to, get hit, fall on the ground, and then stumble up and get running again. So you got to be able to keep under your feet. But hold on a minute. St. Cuthbert's asked another question. He says, will you be selling any of your projects through retail game shops? Yes. Right now we are dealing with one of the United States' largest game wholesale distributors about carrying our product. They do require multiple copies to be given to them along with a retailer application. We've already met them several times. And what they've done is they've said, when you get these products in hand, bring one to us. We want to be able to test it out. We want to look at it. We've already given them a couple of our products that we have, like our game module, the Haunted Ruins. And so they know who we are. They've seen the quality of our product, and that's why they want to continue considering carrying our product. If this major game distributor carries our products, then our games will be available for order or stock in over 1,200 game shops and hobby shops in the United States. Along with that, our games are going to be available on Amazon.com for sale, along with our website, BarnesandNoble.com, and also it's going to be in stock at about, initially in our block area, they've agreed to stock our some of our board games mainly. I think it's going to end up being about 60 retail locations in the Northeast where we're at right now. So yes, we're going to be having our games through retail shops. But in the meantime, also, as these come available, there's going to be a series of game shops in Michigan, Indiana, and Ohio, and a few in Illinois that have agreed to carry our games. So once we get our games actively in those shops, what we'll do is we'll have a retailer page on our website that'll list all the retailers that we have currently carrying our games. And as more retailers carry our games, start stocking them, we'll add their names, addresses, and if they have social media or a website, we'll add that. So thank you. Also, speaking of St. Cuthbert, we also are going to be publishing some individuals' modules. I'm not going to name names until these people give us permission, but we have an awesome module that was presented to us by an individual last week, and we are going to be taking that module and we're going to be developing it and getting it ready to go. It's a lot of cool stuff happening, because what we do also can do for you is we can also take your game, we can publish your game, whether it's under our label or whether you just want saying, hey, listen, I got a game module. I want to be able to have you take my module. Can you lay it out? Can you print me 50 copies? And if I need 10 copies more, I'll give you a call. You guys can do that with us. We'll go ahead and do that for you. So anybody has any questions in the comments, go ahead and drop them in. I'll be happy to answer them. But also some other information about some of the other projects, or some projects that I've already mentioned, is like, as an example, with the Lost Adventures of Gary Kahn, me and Tim are also going to be putting out some more projects. We have an awesome game that he really has an interest in, called All's Not Well in Boscadell. We're going to be publishing that. So we're going to have another module out for Tim Kask, and that'll be in the original module format, and then we'll also be publishing it in a 5e version. Now, in regards to 5e versus OSR in our company, I think it's important that people know one thing. What we're going to start doing from now on, whenever we do a module, what we're going to do is we're going to put the module out in 2 formats. Whenever we put a module out, the module will be put out in a 1e OSR version, and the same module will be put out in a 5e version. So we have a mega module coming out pretty soon. This will be a licensed product from a very large game company, which I'm not going to mention right now because we right now are getting ready to sign the contract. But it'll be Into the Dark is its code name. Let's just put it that way. It is a mega module that's involving sewers. That's about the only thing I'm going to say about it. And so once we sign this contract with this other game company, we're going to be publishing it under license from them. So that's going to be a very exciting time. But that module, that mega module, will only be a 5e version because that's under contract, what we're required to do. So Into the Dark is the code name for it, and we will be happy to give you an eye more into the game as we get more information, and once we get a contract signed, of course, we're going to blast it all over the place because we're real proud about it. Now, also regarding Blaze and Sorcery Light, me and Eric and Tom have talked, and what we're going to be doing is we're going to be doing some expanded stuff with this system. The Blades and Sorcery system, we kind of jokingly call it the BS system, Blaze and Sorcery. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be taking it, and I'll do it like what Eric said the other night on his channel. I'll just say it like this: just think of genres when it comes to the game. So the game is going to be coming out in different genres. That's about all I'm going to say at this point about it. But yeah, we're really excited about the projects. We have a lot of stuff that's literally on the cusp of coming out. So 2024, especially the summer of 2024, and we're getting ready to get in the summer. It's getting ready to be June. You're going to be seeing a lot of product that's been in development for a very long time out by us, and we're really happy to get it out finally. Our goal is in July sometime to move into formal offices where we can get our manufacturing more in line under one roof, along with design and also a front retail area. The National Role-Playing Game Museum is a definitive thing. We at this point are getting ready to, and I'm trying to be very careful here because I have to due to an NDA, but basically the National Role-Playing Game Museum, the plan is to open it in late 2025, mid to late 2025. And it's basically going to be a role-playing game, a museum that celebrates role-playing games, and not just Dungeons and Dragons, all role-playing games up to when the place is released. We have people in line right now that are wanting to donate their games. We're going to be a true nonprofit. Okay, it's going to be a true nonprofit museum. All money raised is going to go back into the museum for upkeep, to keeping the artifacts upkept. There's going to be a open restoration area so you can look through glass and see people actually working on restoring and also preserving the various games. There's the museum, as I understand it from meetings, is going to be sectioned off into areas about the history of role-playing games. It's going to be talking about, things like, as an example, the Satanic Panic is going to be a little area. We're going to talk a little bit about that. We're going to talk about religion and gaming. There's going to be a section on that, and going to be basically talking about how gaming is impacted the whole world. It literally has. We're going to be having a section that's going to talk about Gary Gygax and Dave Arneson and TSR hobbies. The original TSR, we're going to have a lot of really cool artifacts. Right now we have in line over 1,000 artifacts that we are gonna that we have ready right now, and in line we have people wanting to donate their entire collections to it, and this is going to be done the right way. When you donate an item to the National Role Playing Game Museum, what's going to happen is you are going to be filling out a form, and you're going to be able to say, listen, I'm going to let you use this artifact for 6 months. I'm going to go ahead and let you use it for a year, 2 years, 5 years, or you can donate it to the museum in full. If you donate it, there's a valuation placed on it. It's the collectible it's the collectible valuation also, and it's a tax write-off, because we are going to be a nonprofit. So anything you donate to the museum, you can write off on your taxes. The museum is going to be located in Battle Creek, Michigan. There is a Facebook page up right now for the National Role Playing Game Museum. But once the building is ready to go and cleaned up and construction begins, that's when we're going to start posting pictures and more information about the NTRPG. Excuse me. So that is pretty much we got flying. A lot of things going on, a lot of projects on the horizon. Again, like with Polly Kid, I have Stars and Sails. I got the full RPG with Eric. We have more modules with Tim Kask we got coming out. So, you know, we're working with Polly Kid, Tim Kask, Eric Tenkar. I mean, we got a lot of people we're working with, David Floor, just all kinds of people. So, you know, looking forward, and I said it earlier in the year, I said I'm really looking at 2024, because 2024 is when we're going to see a large boost in our production as far as projects coming out. Yeah, so that's about it with Wizard Tower Games. This is probably going to be a short video tonight, just because of the fact that it was just basically an end of update. Does anybody have any questions in the comments or anything like that they want to have answered real quick? Because if not, basically what we'll do is we'll cut it. I mean, this one will be a short one. Usually I like to keep my videos about an hour long, but right now we're at almost 30 minutes, and I pretty much covered most of what I stuff. Now, I want to reiterate something. We have other projects in development, but I wanted to really give an update on what we have that's getting ready to crack, that I can realistically tell you. We're going to have this out in, you know, within 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. We have other projects like Realms, the role-playing game in a card deck. That is all artwork done. It's all ready to go, but that's a project I can't even get to printing until I get all this other stuff done. I can only do so much in one day. Yeah. And thank you, RPG Grandma, on the congratulations. So if anybody doesn't have any questions, look, I really appreciate all your guys' support. Without your guys' help, without you guys' being patient with us, I know that when you order something, you want it. But the patience that have been shown with some of our projects has been just phenomenal, and we really do appreciate it. We're not going anywhere. We're here to stay. And if anything, we got some surprises later on this summer about expanding, that I'm not going to break that until we start doing it. So we're at 30 minutes. This is Don at Wizard Tower Games. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in. That's our update. So we're going to be back on Thursday with the vlog of many things. And then next week, we're going to have Heidi Gygax on the show. Heidi Gygax is going to be talking about her projects, her game company, her stuff. She has, and her husband Eric have a ton of cool stuff coming out. Thank you very much, St. Cuthbert. We're trying. That's all you can do in the game business. So again, this is Don at Wizard Tower Games. Thank you again for tuning in. Hope everybody has a great week. Thursday, check out the vlog of many things. We will be talking about a lot of cool stuff on the vlog of many things. So again, I'm signing off. Thank you very much. Hope everybody has a good night.